Brought to you by BTC every day.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. Officials at Bahamas Power and Light today foreshadowing a proposed reduction in staff as the corporation moves to implement new automated procedures. The goal is to build a world-class organization with a top-notch Bahamian team. Coincidentally, there's still some missing skill sets the corporation is looking to fill. Tashina Robinson-Blair reports.
PowerSecure's business plan for Bahamas Power and Light called for 233 employees to be made redundant in an effort to save $13 million annually. Although PowerSecure and Bahamas Power and Light have severed their business relationship, today company officials foreshadowed a right-sizing at the corporation, which presently employs 1,050 workers. Here's Patrick Rollins, Deputy Chairman of Bahamas Power and Light.
We are putting some automated systems in place. We have plans to put in like automatic disconnection, prepaid metering, that type of stuff. And it's going to mean a lot of the staffing needs that we presently have will no longer be needed. Plus, we have currently an overstaffed situation, and we're working with, like I said, we're working with the stakeholders to do this in a responsible manner as possible, taking into consideration people in their retirement, any number of factors. So we're discussing that, and we're gonna make an announcement really soon.
The company says it's in discussions with its stakeholders as to the way forward. Officials say the downsizing exercise would likely take place over an 18-month period. At the same time, Mr. Rollins says the company is also looking to fill specialized roles.
There are some skill sets that are required, that specialized skill sets that are not currently available in BPL. Those we go to hire. We look first for staff, and then if we don't find the staff, then we go to the country looking for Bahamian. We don't find a Bahamian, then we go international looking for Bahamian. This is our process. Some of what you're hearing is just, I say, simply resistance to change. And we understand this, and we're working with our stakeholders, we're working with the unions, etc., to make sure that that we're all comfortable with our processes.
Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Tashina Robinson-Blair.
Thanks, Tashina. Now, shortly after BPL executives made that announcement, there was an island-wide power outage. The company's public relations team confirming that there was no explosion as reported on social media. However, fire services were called to the Blue Hills plant as a precaution. We're told that there was an equipment failure at Blue Hills, shifting the load to the Clifton plant when the entire power went out. Up to airtime, BPL officials say that more than 90% of their customers were back online. With the cost of gasoline rising globally, the Bahamas has been no exception and has followed suit. Cleopatra Murphy visited several gas stations across the island where residents weighed in on the added expense for something many feel they cannot do without.
Many motorists have been paying more for gas at the pumps without even realizing it. For more than a week, prices have been rising, with the cost of fuel at the three major gas station chains on the islands going up as crude oil gets more expensive. On Tuesday, gas at SO1 East Street and Soldier Road rose to $4.63 per gallon. Supervisor Alderon Ramming says they tried to be transparent.
We have let them know on the pumps before purchasing gas that the gas has gone up by 19 cents.
Some motorists who fill up at that station did not take the news so well, many saying that fuel is just too expensive.
Let us all boycott them. Just park, sit down and walk, or use a bicycle, and let them see. Let's see if they can drink the gas or bathe in it. That's all we need to do.
Unfortunately, we still have to drive around because we still have to go to work. We still have to drop the kids to school. We still have to get around to make ends meet. So we're going to have to pay it.
They should try and stabilize the price, so people could afford gas. So you have to buy a bicycle.
We have a problem in the country now dealing with unemployment. You have places who need to get back and forth to work. The roads are not good.
It was a similar tune at Rubis, located across the road from that Esso. Gas rose 5 cents Monday to $4.49 a gallon. customers say it will impact their driving habits.
Sometimes on Sundays we like to do those family drives. I think that'll cut out a lot.
You got to make all of your runs in one, I guess, on the weekends. You know, everything is going to be done on the weekends. That's from work to home or your school runs, and that's it.
I'll do my shopping in more of a circle around where I live, so that'll help me to conserve my gas.
I know the price is a little high, but they know Rubens. I ain't got a problem with their gas. My gas more efficient with them, then I don't go to no other gas stations, but they okay with me.
At Shell on Carmichael Road, pump attendants say the price of gas rose to $4.63 last week. Customers were more accepting because they say gas is a necessity.
It will not restrict my traveling at all. I have to get to and fro, and so I need the gas. And so, like I said, whatever the cost is, I'm going to pay it.
All of us need gas. We have to put gas in our vehicles. Yeah, it's a little high right now, but then we need the gas. So I guess you'll have to bite the bullet and just deal with it.
When you really look at it, everything costs. You know what I mean? Life is costly. So 22 cents, like I say, ain't no big deal.
Motorists say they would prefer prices to drop, but they will have to shell out a few extra dollars at the pumps if they want to keep their vehicles moving. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Cleo. And still to come, a number of students reaping the rewards from the Youth Empowerment Program. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6.
Imagine you have Hollywood at your command. Introducing Flow Evil.
Red cheese, gold rings, all black, everything creeping through the night.
Anywhere you are.
Big girls don't scream hard like Halloween, make me feel alive.
There's a world of entertainment here, and you run the show. Flow Evil.
Are your monthly bills coming in on top of your holiday bills? It's time for a change. Bundle your bills into one low-rate loan with Commonwealth Bank. Move your high-rate loans and credit card balances from other banks to a low-rate consolidation loan at Commonwealth Bank. Less stress, less to pay, each and every month. Plus, the chance to win $5,000. So make a change. Get a consolidation loan at Commonwealth Bank and pay less.
With KFC's Family Deal, everything is under control.
Dad genius.
Enjoy our family deal with 8 pieces of freshly prepared chicken, large family fries, and 4 biscuits. All for just $20 including VAT. KFC Nassau, it's finger-licking good.
At Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center, we provide imaging services to meet all your family's needs. Same goes for imaging at Grosvenor. We're the imaging experts. We never schedule multiple appointments, so you'll be in and out in no time. And if your initial screening reveals a concern, our radiology specialist can consult your doctor and conduct an alternative screening right then and there. Results are ready within 24 hours. Call 328-8157 to schedule an appointment at Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor today.
This portion of the news brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking.
Leaders of the 53 Commonwealth Bloc assembled in the ballroom of the Buckingham Palace this morning for an official welcome by the head of the Commonwealth, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Incoming Commonwealth Chairman Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, the Right Honourable Theresa May, said she is looking forward to productive and fruitful discussions.
And this week, as young people from our many nations gather and contribute their views, our responsibility as leaders is to ensure their voices are heard and to build a Commonwealth that we can be proud to hand on to the next generation. For in the Commonwealth, we have an incredible opportunity. An opportunity to show just what can be achieved through coordinated action and cooperation.
The Prince of Wales was also in attendance. Prince Charles told the group that he's been familiar with the Commonwealth since his first visit to Malta when he was just 5 years old.
And I pray that this Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting will not only revitalise the bonds between our countries, but will also give the Commonwealth a renewed relevance to all its citizens, finding practical solutions to their problems and giving life to their aspirations.
Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Marguerite Pinling, welcomed the ambassador-designate from the Kingdom of Norway to Government House on Wednesday as she presented her credentials. During a brief ceremony, the Governor General noted that the Bahamas welcomes and gladly supports Norway's candidacy for a non-permanent seat on the United Nations National Security Council for the period 2021-2022. She also noted mutual concerns of the two countries.
I concur with your observation, as well as the concern regarding smaller global challenges or similar global challenges resulting primarily from climate change, sustainable development, and maritime issues. It is therefore important that solid efforts must be made which will guide both our beautiful countries towards safeguarding what we cherish for the future.
The ambassador-designate to the Kingdom of Norway, Her Excellency Ingrid Molestad, made it a point to highlight the ideals of her country. "40 Bahamians from across this country getting some much-needed information on ways to effectively improve their authentically Bahamian businesses. They're attending a workshop at the Marriott Courtyard led by President of the American Handicraft Association, Bruce Baker. Local coordinator Rowena Roll talked about the topics to be discussed.
Wholesaling, customer relations, business concepts for small business persons, how to lower your labor costs. You're going to see how to improve on your business skills, how to improve your logo, and also booth design, because we do a lot of craft shows here in the Bahamas, and he's going to tell you how to professionally set up your booth, and also he's also talking about production.
Rose says visitors are always looking for a gift or a piece of the Bahamas to take back with them.
New things are happening, so we want to try to keep up with the new trends worldwide. So that's why we decided to get back into the classroom, because we sometimes we don't like what we see when we go to Festival Place and some other places. We want to try to get back to the indigenous products and make them what it is to be, that what the tourists would like to take back to them, to say this is a part of the Bahamas.
Aliv announced the launch of its new rewards program, The List. The program allows customers to accumulate points through Aliv partners. Business analyst Candira Glinton and Aliv Solutions architect Dwayne Davis went through details of the program.
The List is the newest product that we have come up with to do just that. The List is the newest product, so we have partnered with some of the best brands in the Bahamas to bring you the best and most exclusive rewards just for being an Aliv customer.
What happens now is when you go to one of our vendors that's a part of the list, they will then log into a secure connection to verify who you are. First and most important is no one can steal your rewards, because we authenticate your number against our system, against your name. I guarantee you that nobody can go in there and hack your system because it's a secure connection, and every merchant that has signed up with us has access to this.
The school year is coming to an end, and many high school students are looking forward to taking the next step by pursuing a tertiary education. A group of students and officials from the Youth Empowerment Program traveled to Canada earlier this month for the organization's annual college tour. C.V. Bethel was among the many schools represented. Yet President Delano Monroe and Guidance Counselor Sheena Saunders Butler says the program has been very beneficial.
Niagara College offered the Youth Empowerment Program $800,000 in scholarships. The $800,000 represents the single largest investment into any youth organization in the Bahamas by a single organization, whether it's government or an outside entity, in terms of sponsorship. So we're really pleased and humbled by this offer by Niagara College. It's an amazing opportunity for our students, and it definitely put the Youth Empowerment Program on the map as one of the premier youth organizations in the Bahamas today.
I was very impressed and
pretty much interested in trying to find out why the kids seem to have been bombarding our office for YEP forms. So, of course, I went on a fact-finding mission. YEP is one of those exceptional programs that students must be a part of. Reason why? Because it's a holistic program. It caters to all students.
We also talked to several scholarship recipients.
On a college road trip, I would never experience that. Myself, I would have gotten a scholarship on the spot, so it was a great thing for me.
When I leave school in a few years' time, when I gain more experiences, to become the Prime Minister's personal photographer, because throughout YEP and our job shadow, I shadowed Miss Yontele Bow. She's the chief photographer and personal assistant to the Prime Minister, Human Minister at the moment. And at the end of our job shadow, she said, in 2 years, I can replace her. So I decided to make that a goal.
I always wanted to be a prosecutor because I like getting justice for people and justice for the country. And at a young age, I would always watch Law and Order, criminology, Criminal Minds, and I like the interesting stuff they always find out every day about the cases.
A small group of doctoral students from Barry University making their presence felt in a tangible way. Their goal is to push for higher education, garner feedback from discussions, and provide guidance for Bahamians wishing to not only pursue further studies, but to propel them for the next steps in their lives. So far, the group has encouraged some 200 public and private school students to sign up for a special meeting to be held at Queens College on Village Road, which also serves as the local Barry University site. Now, joining us live in studio to talk more about this initiative is student Darren Turnquest. Mr. Turnquest, welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, First at 6.
Well, thank you, LaDawn. Thank you so much for having me. We are definitely excited. I am a doctoral student at Barry University, and we are working with our lecturer, Dr. Heidi, to actually execute a wonderful seminar for over 200 young people on this coming Saturday from 10 to 1. And what this seminar is all about is lifelong learning and really promoting the idea of lifelong learning and higher education for young people in our country. It's really tomorrow's learning for tomorrow's success. And that idea is that there's so many opportunities available to young people who often sometimes are discouraged either by their circumstances, by where they're from, or the idea that only the smartest and the best in high school can actually make it to receive some sort of higher education. And also to redefine the idea of what higher education is, knowing that there are online courses available to them, many of the things that we've learned in our own classroom about higher education in both college and university, really giving them that information. We have some wonderful facilitators who are going to be there, including our very own professor who's flying in from Barry University. So this is really a great opportunity for us to engage and affect change in the mindset and also some of the steps that young people are taking to encourage them in those steps and to make sure that they stay committed to what they're dreaming about doing as relates to their future.
And Darren, are you able to talk to us a little bit about some of the topics that are going to be discussed at this special meeting? So first of all, at the start, they're going to be given a passport to success. And after that passport to success has been given out, they're going to go through four different segments. One is, are you ready? Have you thought about what it is that you want to do in life? Have you thought about your university or your technical institute? Have you thought about any of the different agencies or online opportunities that's there? So it's investigating what are the current barriers and how can they overcome those barriers and obstacles so that they can do the best they can, given the resources that they have, and even in some cases, little resources that they have to make life work for them. Second, they are going to be able to walk through to really dig into their dreams and their aspirations and figure out, okay, now that I've learned that with these particular barriers and obstacles, I can take this step. How do you now make that step? How do you go through the application process? How do you go through the scholarship process? What is available to you versus what's not available to you? One of the questions that many young people have is what's out there for us in our country here locally, and what we can give to them in information. Sometimes we can't always rely on others to give information to students, and sometimes they get misinformation. Well, we have some of the top experts, even in the person of our students at Barry, to really be able to do this work and to have this honest discussion with them. Well, Darren, best of luck to you, and thank you so much for joining us again here on the Bahamas Tonight, First at 6. Thank you. Stay with us. Sports with Jonathan Benson is up next. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, First at 6.
That portion of the news was brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, the leader in personal banking services.
Yeah, child, I can ride this right on this rim. Y'all guess what? What? I ain't got no spare. Let me just get a jump from the hacker. Nah, this flat. Guess what, bruh? If you back around the corner of Wolf Road, there's a tire too. I go in there right now. Don't look at nosy, Shirley. Get a shut up in my head in the back there. Stop making nerds. Hey, sweet boy. Give me one of them tire. And while you at it, check this back.
Epic Wolf Road now has tires too. Why not replace your tires on the weekend? Wolf Road is open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit us today.
Rugs, carpet tiles, ceramic tiles, floor mats, even vinyl flooring. Find them all at Wright's Carpet Masters located on Bernard Road. Let them cater to your home or your office needs, and you can choose from a variety of carpets, floor mats, cashmere, oriental rugs, and area rugs. And if you can't come to us, we will bring the business to you, offering free estimates and deliveries to the Family Islands. Wright's Carpet Masters will get it right for you. Located on Bernard Road, telephone number 364-1260.
Cellular and Electronics is your one-stop shop for all your electronic needs. From the latest in cell phones and accessories like the iPhone 6s Plus to the Samsung S6 Edge, the latest in game consoles, games, and accessories. We also carry the best hoverboards, stereo sound systems, and much more. We also have certified technicians to fix all your electronic needs. Located in the Coconut Grove Plaza and the mall at Marathon. What are you waiting for? Come on down to CTI Cellular and Electronics today.
BTC is giving the gift of rollover data, plus free unlimited WhatsApp calls, texts, pictures, and videos. Choose from our 1-day plan for $349, 7-day plan for $999, or a 15-day plan for only $29.99. We've even thrown in unlimited BTC to BTC calls and texts. Dial *203# to activate your plan today. Share every moment with BTC. Terms and conditions apply.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The Bahamas Cup takes place next weekend at the Beach Soccer Stadium. A number of top countries from around the world will be in town to compete.
The teams are the U.S., Mexico, and Spain. We played against U.S. and Mexico numerous times. They're regional rivals of ours. Spain is actually a very strong team from Europe. And so the idea is that this will allow us to continue to grow the sport based on the great reception that we had from the World Cup last year, but also to give our team more opportunities to play against high quality competition.
The Junior Baseball League of Nassau on the diamond yesterday with midweek action in the minor league division. The John Bull Astros remain perfect on the season, improving their record to 9-0 with a 15-1 win over the Bluebird Royals.
You know, we're happy with the victory. We're ahead this year, and we have a good team, and the kids are playing excellent baseball. And so I think tonight we came in here expecting to win, and we did what we needed to do. So we're very pleased with the way they performed tonight.
From the minor league baseball diamond yesterday, Lucius Fox 3 for 5, 2 runs batted in and 2 runs scored. Charlotte blasted Clearwater 18-6. Jazz Rideout Chisholm, he was issued 3 walks. He stole 2 bases and had a run scored for Kane County. They won 13-2 over Wisconsin. 2 Bahamians on opposing rosters as Chavez, Young, and Lansing won 7-2 over Todd Isaacs and Lake County. Young, he got the day off. Isaac finishing up 0 for 3. Anthony Seymour also hitless in 4 at-bats with 3 strikeouts in Florida's 7-6 win over St. Lucie. As for Champ Short, he came off the bench as a pinch runner for Binghamton. They went down to New Hampshire 5-4. On to the college baseball diamond now. Trey Sweeting, he was 1 for 3, 2 runs batted in and a run scored from Mount Olive. They shut out Chowan yesterday 22-0. Bryan College also a winner 11-9 over Martin Methodist. Wade Weinberger 2 for 3 in RBI and 2 runs scored. As for Xavier, they came up short against Cincinnati 10-7. Aubrey Major went 2 for 5 at the plate. He also pitched an inning of relief on the mound, giving up an unearned run while allowing just 1 hit with 2 walks and a strikeout. The Chicago State women's tennis team, they closed out regular season play yesterday with a 5-2 win over Valparaiso. Aisha Shepard teamed with Anastasia Goncharova for a 6-3 win in doubles. Shepard then clinched the victory for her team with a 6-2, 6-2 win in singles. Shepard and Chicago State now on to the Western Athletic Conference tournament in Mesa, Arizona, where they open up next Friday against Grand Canyon University. Junior tennis player Sydney Clark making a good run at the Barbados Cup. She is into the quarterfinals of singles after disposing of American Zeba Jamal 6-11-4. Clark, the lone Bahamian, left after Dante Ambrister. He lost in the second round to American Philip Jordan 6-3 and love. Now Ambrister also teamed with fellow Bahamian Jacoby Bain. They were ousted in doubles 7-5 and 6-1 by Bayesian Romain Myers and Canadian Andy Zhu. From the pro basketball ranks last night, Kadeem Colby, 8 points, 6 boards. Akita of Japan, they dealt with Kumatova, 80-67 in regular season play. Meantime, down in Brazil, David Nesbitt, 2 points and 6 rebounds for Paulistino. They lost in Game 1 of the quarterfinals to Cerise, 72-67. Game 2 there is set for tomorrow. Back here at home, the DTSP Wolfpack is one of the newer track clubs here in the capital. Established 5 years ago, the club is all about developing technique, speed, and power, as their initials imply. Led by Coach Larry Clark, the club is about to step up its game.
We'll be hosting our first track meet, the Walter Callender Track Classic, and will be held on the 28th of this month. Point in time, we've been existing now for 5 years. And at this time, we just thought it would be fitting to make a meaningful contribution to sports by increasing the amount of meets that the children would have to participate in.
And that is your first look at sports. Don't go anywhere. First at 6 is back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Fabulous living, you just can't get enough of exciting travel, of sensational adventures, of delicious food, of great homes, and never enough good friends. Fabulous living, Bahamian style. We do it all.
You thought it was the talk of the town, but get ready for more.
More energy, more excitement, exhilarating, compelling, informative, educational talk on The Conversation.
I'm Shanique Miller. Pull up a chair with a cup of tea and join me weekdays at 4 on Radio Bahamas, 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, and The Light, 810 AM for The Conversation. I'm excited to have you around the table.
Time now for weather.
In our first look at what a mid-level trough coupled with a weak pressure surface at the surface is creating a couple showers around the northwest Bahamas, but outside of our studios, we have mostly cloudy skies with temperature at 79 degrees, relative humidity 78%. The winds are out of the south-southeast at 4 knots. Your barometric pressure 1,018.7 millibars. That is 30.08 inches, and it is steady. That's going to do it for your first look at weather at 6. Stay tuned, more weather is still to come.
Thanks, Basil, and that does it for the Bahamas tonight, first at 6 this Thursday. But don't you move, news from the north is up next.
One of the defendants in the Barry and Sheena Johnson murder trial taking the stand. Police cracking down on illegal shops. And get ready for National Parks Day.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping the news, one of the men accused of the murder of Barry and Sheena Johnson taking the witness stand today in the Supreme Court. During the afternoon session, attorney Carlton Sherlin called his client, Kevin Dames, to give evidence. Italia Hall was there.
Attorney Sherlin asked his client Kevin Dames if he agreed to rob and kill Barry and Sheena Johnson with anyone. Dames said no. Sherlin then asked him if he knows Alan Alsame and if he was in his company on September 12th. Dames said Alan called him and asked him if he could do him a favor. Dames said Alan wanted him to take him somewhere for some money, but Dames said he was eating and asked Alan to give him a minute. Attorney Sherlin then asked Dames for the location where he picked up Alan. He said he picked up Alan from his home and he directed him to Pinedale, where Alan got out of the car and met 3 other persons. Sherlin then asked Dames if he knew those persons. Dames replied that he did not. Dames then noted that he was then directed to an area in Deadman's Reef, where he dropped all 3 of the men off and he went back home. Attorney Sherlin then asked Dames if he saw them or spoke to those persons on the phone afterwards. Dames said no. Attorney Sherlin then shifted to the interview conducted with Dames by Sergeant 772 Lorenzo Johnson. Dames telling the court that Sergeant 772 Johnson told him that he has nothing to fear because Johnson knew that he did not kill Barry and Sheena Johnson. He said Officer Johnson assured him that he would not be charged. Attorney Sherlin then asked Dames if he has ever been arrested or charged with a crime before. Dames said no. Sherlin then asked him how did he feel, and Dames said he was scared. Sherlin then asked Dames if he maintains that he had no knowledge that Barry and Sheena Johnson would meet their demise that night, and Dames agreed. Prosecutor Erica Kemp then conducted a cross-examination, asking Dames about the assurance he was given by Sergeant 772 Lorenzo Johnson. Dames telling the prosecutor that Sergeant Johnson told him that he would not get charged for the double murder and armed robbery. Prosecutor Kemp in her response told Dames that while Sergeant Johnson was on the stand for several days, he never once confronted him about that. Attorney Sherlin then made an objection, noting that Prosecutor Kemp was incorrect. He said Sergeant Johnson admitted that he packed up the files and took them to the AG's office, and she could not distort evidence, adding that he blamed the AG's office for charging Kevin Dames. Things got heated between Attorney Sherlin, prosecutors Neil Brathwaite, and Erica Kemp. Justice Estelle Gray Evans intervened and asked the jury to be dismissed for a short period. Upon the jury's return, Prosecutor Kemp told Dames that Officer Johnson was never given any challenge while on the stand for assuring him that he would not be charged. But Dames maintained his innocence, telling Prosecutor Kemp that Sergeant 772 Lorenzo Johnson told him what to say in his statement, and that he never once saw the accused men with guns in the Nissan Maxima registered to Sabrina Roll that he picked them up in. Prosecutor Kemp telling Dames that he knew who the men were, he saw them with guns, and he knew what they were going to do, which was to get money, and that they had masks and were going to do something sinister, and that he would have gotten a piece of the money. Dames responded by saying, "No, ma'am." Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Italia Hall.
Police on Grand Bahama are cracking down on illegal shops. Officers shutting down 2 illegal operations this week. Tonight, they are advising business persons to operate the confines of the law. Italia Hall has that story.
Officer in charge of the Eastern Division, Chief Superintendent Wendell Smith, says the operation was conducted along with the Drug Enforcement Unit, the Central Detective Unit, and the Intelligence Section. He says the team were successful in removing items such as Black and Mild, snacks, cigar wraps, beers, liquor, cigarettes, backwood, other tobacco products, and much more. The items were found in 2 homes in the Hawksville community.
This is in contravention of the Business License Act. persons who would seek to engage in selling goods from their home without the prerequisite permission or license to do so.
He says there can be a hefty fine for those operating the illegal shops.
Fine can vary from $1,000 all the way up to $5,000 or custodial sentence, but certainly it is to the discretion of the magistrate to determine that.
He's asking members of the public to refrain from participating in the illegal activity.
Whether by intent or by ignorance, where they operate these business establishments from their home without having the prerequisite permission to do so, we will certainly go after them, be relentless in going after them. We're not only pursuing prolific offenders or traffic violators and stuff. This is a part of our mandate as well. And so we are appealing to members of the public. When you know these homes that are out of areas, from residential areas, to reach out to the police department. Police can't be everywhere. You know where these is taking place. Call the various police stations, speak with the commanders in charge.
Now, 2 persons were charged with this offense and are expected to be arraigned soon. And if you are wondering what happens to these items now that they are in police custody, well, Chief Superintendent Smith says it's all up to the courts. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Atalia Hall.
And tonight, as we go inside the force, we will take you on the high seas. In this report, we take a look at the role of the police marine unit in the fight against crime. The Marine Support Services Unit is responsible for policing any waterside incidents, such as the interdiction of illegal drugs, illegal currency, and illegal migrants. They also conduct search and rescue operations and dive operations. But did you know that officers of the Marine Unit are also trained to handle anti-terrorism operations? Officer in charge, Superintendent Doyle Burrows.
We have any explosive incident that's on water or on land. We deal with any chemical, biological, radiological, or nuclear explosive operations. We take care of that. We have persons who are trained and ready for any incident such as that. So we cover a whole lot as it relates to anti-terrorism.
Sergeant Conrad Jennings Jr. has been a boat captain for the unit for the past 3 years. He notes that there are 2 classes of vessels that are used for various patrol operations.
Long range, that's what we use when we going from island to island. Drug interdiction, smuggling, rescues, we use a long range vessel. And then we have a short range vessel which we use to patrol the coastal lines, the beaches during holidays, and to make sure that persons are safe on the beach. We patrol through the canals. Grand Bahama is vast with canals, and so we patrol the canals on a daily basis to ensure that persons' illegal activities aren't being carried out within the canals.
Sergeant Bronson Knowles is a certified scuba instructor and a boat captain. He says that part of his responsibilities include training other officers for dive operations when necessary.
From the diving aspect, when we come to scene, we go for rescues, and sometimes you're not there in time to actually save someone, and that's when it turns into a recovery. When you're trying to find someone's body, or you get to a scene and you have to search an area for someone, boat goes down, plane crashes, things of that nature. People try to discard weapons, guns, drugs. We also do the search and recovery for those items. Also, if you have boats that sink, we also go looking for those boats and assisted by other agencies to try and recover those vessels to get them to float back up.
Now, in order to carry out these various tasks on the waters of the northern Bahamas, the Marine unit must be fully equipped with state-of-the-art equipment.
We have 3 vessels that we use to assist us in water patrols or any other incident we have to take care of. We have HPB number 5, that is the Promotional. It's a brand new boat that has 4 engines. It's an interceptor. Also HPB number 1, that's a boat with 3 engines. And then we also have HPB number 2. It's a small boat, a Freeport skiff that was built here locally. It gives us shallow water capability, so we're able to go in really, really shallow waters with that craft.
There are currently 9 officers attached to the unit, but other trained officers can be called upon when necessary. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues in just a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Dolly Madison, Freeport's original home center.
It's time to go green again.
With tropical palms from Dolly Madison, Grand Bahama. You asked for it, and Dolly Madison's got it. Flowering trees, tropical palm trees, landscaping trees, indoor and outdoor plants, fruit trees, vegetable plants, and seeds galore.
It's time to go green again.
Yes, it's time to restore your yard and outdoor sanctuary. Make your home and garden green again. But hurry while supplies last.
Come on down now.
We've raised the stakes. We've raised the bar. We've raised the standard. Your new entertainment playground. Winners take chances. Chances makes winners. Chances remind you to game responsibly.
Hi, sweetie. Could you give me...
High five.
No, honey. I was asking...
The remote control?
No, I want...
A kiss. You're so pretty.
Get the KFC Big Box!
2 pieces of chicken, fries, coleslaw, corn, and a new cinnamon biscuit bites, and a 20-ounce drink. Only at KFC Freeport. KFC, always original and finger-licking good.
Get the KFC Big Box!
Covering the Northern Bahamas, you're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. This Sunday will be recognized as World Earth Day. Here in the Bahamas National Trust decided to celebrate in a unique way by introducing National Parks Day to be implemented on Saturday, April 21st. The event will take place on 7 different islands at 10 different parks. Grand Bahama Parks manager Ellsworth Ware says that the Bahamas National Trust aims to encourage more Bahamians to start enjoying their national parks and taking advantage of what they offer. He hopes that on this National Parks Day, residents would come out to experience the Lucayan National Park.
We will be celebrating from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and there will be a range of activities from guided tours to snake handling demonstrations, art sessions for adults and for kids, beach activities like kite flying and a lime and spoon race, and also even Renew Day Spa will have massage sessions. Okay, so we're very excited. We're hoping that persons will come in. Everything is free, so all of the activities are free. Park admission is free.
There are currently 3 protected areas on Grand Bahama. Ware says it is important to continue to protect these sites for future generations and for the benefits they offer to the environment. For example, he notes that the Lucayan National Park has the last intact creek system on the southern shore of the island.
All of the others have been developed. Okay, so it's a fully functioning creek system producing all kinds of marine life that eventually go out and populate the fishing grounds, okay, and keep the reefs healthy. We're even seeing parrotfish come out of there. So it's very important that that creek is protected. And along with that, Lucayan National Park, you have Ben's Cave and the Burial Mound Cave, which show examples of the healthy water table. You can glimpse into it. If you were to taste the water, it's very fresh. So these are important areas to protect because they actually provide services for us. We get our water from that area.
The Rand Nature Center is the headquarters for the park system on the island. On property is a mini museum and library. They also house rescued animals, including a Bahamian boa constrictor, Abaco boa constrictor, a peacock, and a hawk. He notes that all protected areas offer educational benefits.
And you can go from zone to zone and teach kids, about nature. So at Lucayan National Park, like I mentioned, you have the pine forest. And then as you start heading towards the beach, you go into the rocky coppice where there's a different type of vegetation. Then there's the wetlands with the mangroves, and then the sandy coppice with the coastal trees like the cocoa plums and the sea grapes, bay lavender. Then there's some of the tallest sand dunes on the island out there, and then there's the ocean. And then there's an example of a rocky bluff in Gold Rock, which is an outcropping of the reef that's out there.
National Parks Day will be celebrated April 21st.
The Sir Charles Hayward Library is celebrating Library Week, but this year the celebration has been extended to include 2 weeks instead of 1. Schools throughout the district have been taking advantage of Library Week and have been stopping by to utilize the facilities. Sharika Foston says they are doing all they can to increase the appetite for reading. This year's theme is Feast All Day at the Book Buffet.
We said, why not a book buffet? Because we have so many genres of books that some children never even venture to read. So I decided to have the book buffet where they can select from, well, I actually make the selection and they just go and choose from those books that we have. It gives them an excitement. For example, yesterday and today, we did the musical books. And the children had such a good time, and even the ones that's here with us now, because they're even getting a taste of different books. Where with regular musical chairs, you start the music, then you stop and they sit. So with the books, you start the music and you stop the music and then they start reading.
Bishop Michael Eldon School is among the many institutions dropping by the Sir Charles Hayward Library. Marlene Knowles is leading the group.
What we seek to do in the library is promote reading for pleasure as well as literacy for lifelong learning. Connecting the school and community is an excellent initiative to make sure that we produce citizens that are competent and that are able to read to lead.
In other news, pensioners of the former Barclays Bank here in Freeport making a commitment to give an annual contribution to an assisted living facility on Grand Bahama. This year's recipient is the Home for the Aged on Frobisher Drive. The pensioners were able to tour the home and get a view of the operations that cater to the precious pearls of the community. Chairperson Allison Ferguson made the presentation.
The occupants here of this home are able to use these items that we have purchased, and we are thankful that we are able to make such a presentation to these occupants who are the aged. And we, the Pensioners Club, are grateful that we are in a position to do this.
Destiny Pinder accepting the goods on behalf of the home's residents.
We are grateful for this donation of cleaning supplies from the Barclays Pensioners Club, and it will go a long way towards keeping and maintaining a safe and sanitary environment for our occupants, for our residents. The elderly that reside in our facility, they have given us their best, and it's only appropriate that we continue to give our best to them.
And now it is time to Ask the Doctor.
Hi and welcome. Kara asked, Dr. Pratt, recently I've been experiencing chest pain and I've been coughing up yellow-green mucus. What's causing this? Thanks for your question, Kara. It seems that you're experiencing symptoms of bronchitis and inflammation of your bronchi, or the large passages from your mouth that lead to your lungs. There are two types of bronchitis, acute and chronic bronchitis. Acute bronchitis normally comes on quickly and gets better after several weeks, whereas chronic bronchitis keeps coming back and lasts for long periods of time, especially for those who smoke. It's most likely that you are suffering from symptoms of acute bronchitis, which is typically caused by viruses. Chronic bronchitis, on the other hand, is usually caused by smoking cigarettes. Common signs and symptoms include coughing, which may produce clear, yellow, or green mucus, wheezing, tightness or pain in your chest, shortness of breath, and low-grade fever. Most cases of acute bronchitis resolve on its own after about 1 to 2 weeks. If symptoms don't resolve, your doctor may prescribe antibiotics and a cough medicine. On the other hand, those with chronic bronchitis would benefit from pulmonary rehabilitation, which is a breathing exercise program where you will learn how to breathe more easily and increase your ability to exercise. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Ricardo Lightbourne is up next with a check on sports.
This portion of the news is brought to you by In Style Boutique. Be fashionable, be trendy, be in style.
Welcome to Jags International. We have Celebration, Balearia, FRS, Bahamas Air, Hotel, car vouchers now on sale.
Girls, I tried book my ticket online with them ferry them. So complicated, they asking for too much.
That's why I stick to Jags. No agency fees or booking fees. Cash and credit, all the same. Blow deals and spectacular services with a smile.
Yes, that's Jags, your one-stop shop to Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, and Miami.
We even offer cheap car rental vouchers, dollar, thrifty, Hertz, and VIP service.
Book now with Jags and get their $5 discount card. And don't forget the super sales going on.
KMW Battery and Tire Sales is offering oil change special for just $49.99 plus VAT. Includes oil and filter. KMW is located on West Settlers Way.
Phenomenal features a pastor with a pass.
I was involved with some people dealing drugs, dealing with all sorts of mess.
Who discovers the power of the cross.
When God has a call on your life, you're able to pass every test.
Bahamians taking the world by storm.
DeAndre Ayton, he is the #1 player in the country.
Study and be incredibly prepared.
Phenomenal news takes to the streets. And a phenomenal word for Grand Bahama.
Phenomenal with Joan Davis Roll.
This Friday at 8 p.m. on the ZNS Television Network.
Everybody, and welcome to Sports and Ricardo Lightbourne. This one goes out to a very special lady. That is LaWanda Smith, who's keeping my brother Wayne Flap Smith in line. Way to go, girl. Well, the Grand Bahama Flag Football League completing week 2 of play, so let's head to the Plex and show you what happened. The Container Port Stackers and the Buckeye all is in the trenches, and this one was simply interesting. Pick off here, a receiver falling down on the play. This was a seesaw battle, and guess what? The pass here, this one is picked off, and so there is no advantage. The all is on the sideline with that look. Buckeye ball, once again, the QB went to the air attack, and good reception. That's some positive yards. The all has changed up things and then went to the ground game, and the Stackers defense rose to the occasion. The all is with the momentum now, and the power play right. Good play resulted in positive yards, and that's a first down. Container Port also with the ball control. It's a pass play, but no receiver open, and it's called running for your life by the quarterback. The ladies taking in the action, ready for their turn. Buckeye Allers defeated the Container Port Stackers 9-6 in a well-played game. The fans in the stands, and these gals are looking for guys. The ladies on the field, and that's the lady enforcers and the kickers, and it's the kickers with the early touchdown. Here comes the conversion, strike up the middle, and that is a touchdown just like that. Let me tell you, the enforcers going right out of here with the pigskin, and they've got the momentum. The kickers called a timeout. They need to talk it over. The enforcers did not talk much, but aggressive ball as they came away with a 12-7 win. Grandma Power Chargers and the Sharks in the trenches in week 2 of play. The Chargers and the game plan here is to take the action right to the Sharks and result in some positive yards. Chargers ball. The decision to pass here is a good route, but the wide out simply gets the catch. It's a first down. GB Power players eager to get in the game. Flag football is fast-moving game. It requires quick reaction like getting out of the pocket, and that takes the defense out of it. That's a reception. The Sharks are simply stunned. Well, the Sharks ball and rolling right up here, but they're not going to play dead. Good pass, and they're going to stay in the game. But the Chargers defeated the Sharks 18-6 the final. Also, the Lady Divas in this one as well. 6-0 to close out week 2. And a great game it was, and it's going to be a great one as well. Well, let me tell you that the Atlantic Medical 18th Annual Walk and Run is this coming Saturday. It's going to be a great one for the Bahamas Diabetic Association and the Cancer Society of Bahamas. Let me tell you, organizers have some new elements this year. Office Manager Lisa Turnquist says Atlantic Medical got some treats for you.
kind of feel that the runners come out to support the causes that we support, but they actually wanted to run. And we always get that type of feedback at the end of the race that they wanted to run. So this year, we are glad to have been able to oblige the loyal participants of our fun walk by adding the run element. We're giving away a lunch pack this year. And of course, the fun walk t-shirt. We have an array of prizes. As usual, the Grand Bahama public have embraced this fun walk and given us lots of goodies that we're going to raffle out. So everybody leaving the fun walk is going to be a winner. The first 25 runners to come through the finish line and the first 25 walkers will get a Fitbit device.
Now, also, Fast Track Management is going to be overseeing the event, and Ravana Ferguson says once you come out, you will not be disappointed.
The route is similar to the walk, except it's going in the opposite direction. So the run is going to go to Ramsey Circus, then down East Mall, headed towards Pizza Hut, and eventually reach the turnaround point, and make their way right back to the Jasmine Corporate Center, which is Atlantic Medical Office. And then the walk remains the same, which is to Lukai Medical Circle and back. So we just want to reiterate that if you're running, you're going to the left. And if you're walking, whether it's competitively or for fun, you're going to the right.
And don't forget, you got to register tomorrow between 8:30 and 5:30, or early as 5:30 on Saturday morning. Lisa did threaten me and tell me if I don't show up, she's going to break my ankles. Anyhow, I'm going to be there on Saturday, Lisa. That's our sports tonight.
More on Makeup by Megan Coakley. When you want to look like a star. Phone 443-7979.
I'm Hugh Ferguson from Budget Pest Control. After 30 years in this industry, testing hundreds of pest control products, none has impressed me more than Vape. Vape 90-Day Mosquito Destroyer, Vape Aerosol, and Vape Mosquito Coil. Vape is the only spray that you will find in my house and my mother's house, and it should be the only one in yours. In pest control, there are only two names to remember: Vape and Budget Pest Control.
Okay.
You ready?
I am ready.
You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna tell anybody, but you have a ball, okay?
I will have a lot of fun.
Please do.
Yep.
Okay. Anyhow, I'm talking to you until next week.
2 weeks. That's going to do it for us here in the north.
Have fun on vacation on Ricardo Lightboard.
I'm Megan Shepherd. Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report. The Prime Minister greets the Queen as Commonwealth leaders start their first day of business. BPL goes offline today island-wide as it announces planned job cuts. Pumping up gas prices, how you're reacting to the most recent spike. And a love that never dies. A mother laments delays in her murdered daughter's case. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
The Prime Minister meets the Queen. Good evening, everyone. I'm Keishla Adderley, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Topping the news tonight, Prime Minister Dr. the Honourable Hubert Minnis and his regional colleagues were locked in Commonwealth Heads of Government meetings in London for most of the afternoon. They're discussing pertinent issues affecting the 53-member international organization. Altavi's Munnings reports tonight on the formal opening ceremony of CHOGM, which took place before those high-level meetings.
The Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
At 10:02 a.m. London time Thursday, Prime Minister Dr. the Honourable Hubert Minnis walked into the ballroom of Buckingham Palace to attend the formal opening ceremony of the 2018 Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. Prime Minister Minnis joined his regional counterparts from Barbados, Belize, Jamaica, Grenada, Dominica, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis, and Antigua and Barbuda for the 45-minute ceremony. Incoming Commonwealth Chairman, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, the Right Honourable Theresa May, and Commonwealth Secretary General, the Right Honourable Patricia Scotland QC, underscored the power of the Commonwealth.
Over many decades, this organisation has brought together nations young and old, large and small, to celebrate our common bonds and to work to our mutual benefit. There have been difficulties, successes, controversies, but I believe wholeheartedly in the good that the Commonwealth can do.
The Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting is a springboard for action. It is the launch pad that propels us onward, upward, forward, together.
Head of the Commonwealth since 1952, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II remembered that 8 countries originally made up the Commonwealth, and now it has blossomed to 53 countries with a population of 2.4 billion.
It is my sincere wish that the Commonwealth will continue to offer stability and continuity for future generations, and will decide that one day the Prince of Wales should carry on the important work started by my father in 1949. By continuing to treasure and reinvigorate our associations and activities, I believe we will secure a safer, more prosperous and sustainable world for those who follow us.
After the ceremony, Prime Minister Minnis and the Commonwealth leaders were transported to Friary Court and were greeted by Prime Minister May and Secretary General Scotland for the start of executive sessions at Lancaster House. Prime Minister Minnis also squeezed in a bilateral meeting Thursday with the Prime Minister of Singapore to discuss mutual government operations. Reporting from the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in London, I'm Altaviz Munnings, ZRS Network News.
Minister for the Environment and Housing, the Honourable Romuald Ferreira, attended the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting's high-level discussions on climate change and its impact on small island states. He noted that as one of the lowest-lying countries in the Atlantic, the Bahamas is quite vulnerable to climate change.
We need to have countries evaluate us on, or donor states evaluate us on a vulnerability index as opposed to a GDP index, or a GDP index that takes into account vulnerability. Because on the vulnerability index, we're going to be high, bearing most of our land mass is under 5 feet. And we're really essentially fossilized reef with fossilized sand dune on top of that, jutting out of the North Atlantic Ocean, truly the Bahama Plateau, with deep channels in between.
Well, the Environment Minister is also hoping that discussions about the environment at the Commonwealth level entail more action than talk.
Commonwealth countries here that are represented at the G7 level, because they're the ones making the economic rules, we want them to drive home the point and take our collective voices to the table and say we have to do more than just empty rhetoric. Right? There's no Caribbean nation that can say right now that they're in a better position to tackle through climate change resilience, the hurricane season now than they were last year. None of them, none of us. The Bahamas can't say it either. So this is why we're here. We're here to drive that point home.
Well, Prime Minister, the Honourable Dr. Hubert Minnis, and Minister of Foreign Affairs and their spouses attended a welcome reception hosted by the incoming Commonwealth Chairman, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, the Right Honourable Theresa May, at Sky Garden. Prime Minister Minnis interacted with his colleagues ahead of today's official opening ceremony. The Ministry of Financial Services is responding to concerns raised by the President of the Trade Union Congress, expressing regret that the President of the TUC feels that the union was not included in the World Trade Organization consultation process launched recently. The ministry says this is not so. In a statement issued today, the ministry said the fact is that the consultation process is following a rational protocol in which those sectors of the economy which will have offers put on the table for negotiation are being consulted immediately so that their input can shape the negotiations for their sectors. The groupings of these sectors follow specific code groupings defined by the WTO and are being followed by the ministry. The statement goes on to say the trade unions, churches, and other civic groups which are not under negotiation are scheduled for a separate set of consultations and discussions to take place shortly. Well, still ahead tonight, Bahamas Power and Light says hundreds of jobs are to be eliminated in an effort to right-size the company. And island-wide blackout gives BPL a black eye, with consumers dreading more outages this summer. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Stay with us.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the new Shell and Leaded, designed for extra miles.
This is the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. This is Commonwealth Bank. And no matter how, no matter where, no matter what, Commonwealth Bank is here for you. Commonwealth Bank. Everything we do it for you.
Every day you wake up with the world in the palm of your hand. Making connections and creating memories and sharing them with the people you care about. Every day, the world is at your fingertips, and you can experience every blockbuster movie in stunning HD and top 100 Billboard music hit with the touch of a button. Every day, your family and friends are important to you, and staying in touch no matter where you are in the Bahamas or the world is your #1 priority. And that's why, every day for over 100 years, BTC has been there to ensure that every Bahamian has the best connection to the world. We cover every island, rock, and key, regardless of the cost. This is BTC Country.
With KFC's Family Deal, everything is under control.
Dad genius.
Enjoy our family deal with 8 pieces of freshly prepared chicken, large family fries, and 4 biscuits. All for just $20 including VAT. KFC Nassau, it's finger-licking good.
Home is more than where the heart is. Home is where the children feel safe. A place where family comes first. Come home today with a BOB residential mortgage. Enjoy attractive rates with up to 25 years to repay. Or use the equity in your home to fund home improvements or other worthwhile needs. Isn't it time you came home to a place of your own? Talk with us today. BOB, your bank of solutions.
Looking for some wines or just having a real good time? Jimmy's Liquor Store is the best. Come put us to the test. It's Jimmy's. When you listen to your Bahamian lyrics, it's Jimmy's. And you feel for your favorite spirits, it's Jimmy's. When you're showing you got your Bahamian flair, it's Jimmy's. When you want that truly Bahamian beer, it's Jimmy's.
If you're at Jimmy's on Shirley Street, ask for Bahamian Gal Jackie. Carmichael Road, please see Reggie. Queens Highway, Freeport, see Bunker, that's Clayton, or ask for Mistress Key.
We start with a yes, but when life takes unexpected turns, you can still say yes to more. The Scotiabank Aero Platinum MasterCard credit card gives you points with every purchase that you can use to travel anywhere. Fly on any airline, anywhere, at any time, with no blackout dates. Plus, With just 20,000 Scotia points, you can say yes to destinations. With Scotiabank Aero Platinum MasterCard credit card, it's easier to say yes to everything. Apply today.
This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Bahamas power and light on the minds of many consumers here in the capital today, just as company officials sat in a press conference this morning pledging a reliable source of electricity to the Bahamas this summer. The capital was gripped by an island-wide power outage due to equipment failure at a substation at the Blue Hills Power Plant. That outage impacted many businesses, resulting in losses. We spoke with some of those business owners.
Well, it was extremely warm and the electricity was out for maybe about 4 to 5 hours. I actually had to come in and send my staff home. It wasn't any conditions for anybody to work in. So it really affected my business.
We recently opened and customers started to come in and they want their phone to be unlocked. We couldn't use our laptop today to get that done because there wasn't no power. And that affected us a lot because we're just open. We're trying to get people to come in and know about the brand and all that, and we couldn't. It was a bad day for us. We wasn't successful about that today.
We had to thread pipe, so threading pipe took a lot of power, so we weren't able to effectively thread pipes today. If you had maybe some notice or something like that, you know, at least you would know how to effectively prepare for it.
Nail technicians, we don't have, and we need power also for their drills and everything like that. So it's a major factor in the salon here. And when that happens, it causes us to reschedule our clients and it causes us to lose business.
Well, BPL CEO Whitney Hasty and Deputy Chairman Patrick Rollins spoke with the media at length today on developments impacting the power generation, which oversees some 29 major plants across 16 islands. Heading into summer with just 10 months under its belt, the corporation's new board is focusing on 4 islands with the largest customer base: Abaco, Bimini, New Providence, and Exuma. Plagued with issues on the generation side as well as transmission and distribution, Mr. Hasty says the corporation staff is hard at work.
There are a number of issues in New Providence, starting from the generation system all the way through the distribution network, including the transmission. We've been working aggressively on the generating facilities, making sure that all the major overhauls are completed in time, getting ready for summer. These engines, as with any engine, be it a car, do require routine and major outages. And so we're working aggressively to make sure that we meet the outage not only schedule, but we maintain the schedule as recommended by the manufacturer to keep these engines running during the high summer months.
Now, we're told that boat propellers have compromised the submarine cable for Abaco and the Keys. Installing a new cable will ensure it can take the load it was designed to, and reconfiguring the island's transmission system is expected to address low voltage issues. And in Exuma, BPL is carrying out major overhauls of all assets in its generating facility. Temporary generation will be on hand to supplement the base load if necessary. The CEO says BPL will do some things differently on Bimini.
We obviously cannot get new generation on the ground before the summer starts, so we're bringing in temporary generation into Bimini. As far as the transmission and distribution circuits are concerned, we're going to rebuild the overhead line from the power plant on into Bimini Bay through Baileytown. That would make sure that we can provide the amount of power required to meet the demands of Bimini.
Meantime, officials at BPL today foreshadowing a proposed reduction in staff as the corporation moves to implement new automated procedures. The goal is to build a world-class organization with a top-notch Bahamian team. Coincidentally, there's still some missing skill sets at the corporation. Tashina Robinson-Blair has more.
PowerSecure's business plan for Bahamas Power and Light called for 233 employees to be made redundant in an effort to save $13 million annually. Although PowerSecure and Bahamas Power and Light have severed their business relationship, today company officials foreshadowed a right-sizing at the corporation, which presently employs 1,050 workers. Here's Patrick Rollins, Deputy Chairman of Bahamas Power and Light.
We are putting some automated systems in place. We have plans to put in like automatic disconnection, prepaid metering, that type of stuff, and it's going to mean a lot of the staffing needs that we presently have will no longer be needed. Plus, we have currently an overstaffed situation, and we're working with, like I said, we're working with the stakeholders to do this in a responsible manner as possible, taking into consideration people in every time and any number of factors. So we're discussing that, and we're gonna make an announcement really soon.
The company says it's in discussions with its stakeholders as to the way forward. Officials say the downsizing exercise would likely take place over an 18-month period. At the same time, Mr. Rollins says the company is also looking to fill specialized roles.
There are some skill sets that are required, that specialized skill sets that are not currently available in BPL. Those we go to hire. We look first for staff, and then if we don't find the staff, then we go to the country looking for Bahamian. We don't find a Bahamian, then we go international looking for Bahamian. This is our process. Some of what you're hearing is just, I say, simply resistance to change. And we understand this, and we're working with our stakeholders, we're working with the unions, etc., to make sure that that we're all comfortable with our processes.
Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Tashina Robinson Blair.
As the cost of gas goes up globally, the Bahamas has not been left out of the equation. Cleopatra Murphy visited several gas stations across the island where residents weighed in on the added expense for something many can't do without.
Many motorists have been paying more for gas at the pumps without even realizing it. For more than a week, prices have been rising, with the cost of fuel at the 3 major gas station chains on the islands going up as crude oil gets more expensive. On Tuesday, gas at SO1 East Street and Soldier Road rose to $4.63 per gallon. Supervisor Alderon Raming says they tried to be transparent.
We have let them know on the pumps before purchasing gas that the gas has gone up by 19 cents.
Some motorists who fill up at that station did not take the news so well, many saying that fuel is just too expensive.
Let us all boycott them. Just park, sit down and walk, or use a bicycle, and let them see. Let's see if they can drink the gas or bathe in it. That's all we need to do.
Unfortunately, we still have to drive around because we still have to go to work. We still have to drop the kids to school. We still have to get around to make ends meet. So we're going to have to pay it.
They should try and stabilize the price, so people could afford gas. So you have to buy a bicycle.
We have a problem in the country now dealing with unemployment. You have places who need to get back and forth to work. The roads are not good.
It was a similar tune at Rubis located across the road from that Esso. Gas rose 5 cents Monday to $4.49 a gallon. Customers say it will impact their driving habits.
Sometimes on Sundays we like to do those family drives. I think that'll cut out a lot.
You got to make all of your runs in one, I guess, on the weekends. Everything is going to be done on the weekends. That's from work to home or your school runs, and that's it.
I'll do my shopping in more of a circle around where I live, so that'll help me to conserve my gas.
I know the price is a little high, but they know Rubens. I ain't got a problem with their gas. My gas more efficient with them. Then I don't go to other gas stations, but they okay with me.
At Shell on Carmichael Road, pump attendants say the price of gas rose to $4.63 last week. Customers were more accepting because they say gas is a necessity.
It will not restrict my traveling at all. I have to get to and fro, and so I need the gas. And so, like I said, whatever the cost is, I'm going to pay it.
All of us need gas. We have to put gas in our vehicles. Yeah, it's a little high right now, but then we need the gas. So I guess you'll have to bite the bullet and just deal with it.
When you really look at it, everything costs. You know what I mean? Life is costly. So 22 cents, like I say, ain't no big deal.
Motorists say they would prefer prices to drop, but they will have to shell out a few extra dollars at the pumps if they want to keep their vehicles moving. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
Well, Immigration Minister the Honorable Brent Simonet says the Immigration Department has rented a building in order to establish a registry to better process the large volume of requests for work permits and other immigration matters. Mr. Simonet says workers are still in the process of moving files to the new building. He said the registry is expected to make the system more efficient.
In the last 4 weeks or something, 4 weeks or so on Saturdays and Sundays, not including the Holy Week, we have moved over 300,000 files, physical files. Each of those represent a person who's applied for a work permit or otherwise in the Bahamas. That doesn't include permanent residency, citizenship, short-term. That doesn't include Grand Bahama Shipyard, which are doing 200 and 300 a week.
Well, Mr. Simonet noted that the new work permit fees will come into effect in July following consultation with stakeholders.
There's only a couple of changes, and they're mainly in the low-end $1,000 bracket, very few, and then some are $25 to $50, because those fees haven't been increased since 2008.
Well, nearly 3 years ago, Levita Thurston lost her daughter tragically. She was killed by a gunman. It's something she and her family can't get past, especially because the case has been delayed several times. With her faith in the justice system waning, Thurston recalls the night her daughter's life was cut short and is appealing for changes to the legal system. Cleopatra Murphy has the story.
I watched the paramedic came in, and he looked in her eye with the flashlight. And he did like this. And then I started screaming. And I knew she was gone, but I didn't want to believe it.
With tears streaming down her face, Levita Thurston recalled the night her 21-year-old daughter Georgette Ramming's life was snuffed out. On May 26, 2015, Georgette's alleged killer came to the family home off Blue Hill Road, where police say she and the man got into an argument. Georgette was reportedly shot in the face and left to die in her mother's arms. Georgette's murder case was again pushed back to April 2019, and her mother says she is forced to relive the nightmare each time the hearing is adjourned.
It feels like, yeah, that's just another body. That's just another person get killed. But that's not another person. That's my daughter. That's my child. I carried her for 9 months and feel painful.
Georgette's grandmother, Laurette Recier, says she has been depressed since her death and cannot talk about her without tears flowing.
The criminal come take my granddaughter's life, miss. My first granddaughter, miss, I still go to her grave. He sleep, clean up, I kiss her. I said, baby, I still love you.
Her mother, who is left with just pictures of her child, says she wants justice for Georgette, but feels like the law that should protect her family is hurting it. She says that it is compounded by the fact that the man charged with Georgette's murder was recently given bail. The family is now concerned that they have not been able to get protective custody. Thurston says she is tired of watching her family hurting and calls for amendments to the law.
We're calling on the government to help us and have this matter dealt with before next year.
The grieving mother says she's forgiven her daughter's killer, but now she just wants the case tried so that she and her family can get closure. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
Now, ZNS News spoke with Attorney General Carl Bethel about Thurston's concerns over her daughter's case being pushed back several times and her loss of faith in the legal system. He says officials have been working with the judiciary regarding its scheduling and trying to get the courts to reorder its priorities. Bethel says at the end of the day, scheduling is a matter of the Supreme Court, adding that as a member of the executive, he can only try to work with the judiciary to improve how it operates. He suggested ZNS News speak with acting Registrar of the Supreme Court, Stefana Saunders, who says the matter was set for last November but had to be delayed because another trial went over time. She says the Georgette Ramming murder trial was again set for March, but the start of another trial led once again to the delay of Ramming's trial, along with 6 others. Saunders says only one trial can be heard at a time, so it is a matter of timing. The trial has now been adjourned to Monday, April 23rd, 2019.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm DeAndre Williamson. Bahamas Air now has new direct flights between Bimini and Miami. The national flight carrier will begin non-stop flights between Miami, Florida and Bimini on May 3rd. Flights will depart Miami at 1:30 p.m., arrive in Bimini at 2 p.m., then leave Bimini at 2:30 p.m. The flights are scheduled for Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday each week. Bahamas Air Holdings Limited Managing Director Tracy Cooper says the addition of Bimini to the company's list of destinations underscores Bahamas Air's unwavering commitment to expanding and supporting the tourism product. In other business news, on the local exchange, Arawa Keyport Development Limited traded 50 shares to close unchanged at $17.43 per share. Cable Bahamas traded 1,000 shares to close unchanged at $3.35 per share. Colina Holdings Limited traded 600 to close unchanged at $6.10 per share. Finco traded 9,498 shares to close up 20 cents to a new price of $6.43 per share. And in international business news, oil prices continue to rise on Thursday as investors expect a major meeting of oil producers to confirm strong compliance with their production cut agreement. West Texas Intermediate rose 0.63% or 43 cents to $68.90 per barrel. That was your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm DeAndre Williamson.
Tourism today, Bahamas tourism today.
The European market continues to flourish as European travelers now have more options than ever to get to the islands of the Bahamas. During the recent ITB Berlin Travel Trade Show, the Ministry of Tourism's Director of Europe, Anthony Stewart, gave an update on the market.
The fact that we have so much easy gateways through the United States into the Bahamas, through Canada into the Bahamas, as well as the direct flight out of London into Nassau, which allows them to connect to Grand Bahama, Abaco, Lustre, Zuma, all on the same day.
Tourism officials have also been working to expand its reach into Eastern Europe in hopes of attracting visitors that may have never considered visiting the islands of the Bahamas before.
We've had a roadshow just under a year ago that took us into Prague, into Warsaw, into Moscow, into Bucharest. And the interest from those areas have been very strong. And the interest has not only been strong from a leisure point of view, but we've got interest from groups out of there, some meetings, some incentives out of there, and even some sports interest out of some of those markets. People are looking to come to the Bahamas either to participate in sports or to attend sporting activities that have happened in the Bahamas.
There's also increasing interest in the weddings and honeymoons market and authentic Bahamian culture.
They want to really feel the Bahamas. They want the taste, feel, experience. They want the local cuisine. They want to attend local events. They want to really experience all things Bahamian.
I'm Nakia Christie, and this is Tourism Today.
Every island and every key, keep in touch with everybody. It's BTC every day. Every day.
We are weeks away from the start of Bahamas Carnival, and yes, it's the 4th installment of this event. And yes, a lot of changes have been made, but one thing that remains the same is that BTC will be its title sponsor.
Everybody, it's time to join the party. Let's just celebrate life.
We are proud to announce the official launch of this year's Bahamas Carnival experience, sponsored again by BTC as a title sponsor, also brought to you by Collect. This makes the 4th year of the official Carnival experience.
Palantro Group, as a private entity that as a responsible corporate citizen saw the need to fill the void left by the economic challenges we'll have as a country, and the private sector decided to step up. We know that the original objective of Carnival was to promote the destination, and it's our goal, our duty, to continue the FET, to continue that mantra that was left.
This year, BTC is bringing the hype to the Carnival experience. The BTC's The Good Life Text to Win competition will allow customers to enter to win a number of prizes, including tickets, devices, prepaid combo plans, and the grand prize this year is a lunch for two with international superstar DJ Khaled.
So there you go. Palantro Media Group and Collect are on board. And of course, it's all being backed by the muscles of BTC. So we'll see you on the road, May 4th through the 6th. And I'm Corvell Pyfrom. We'll see you next BTC Connection.
Every island and every key. Keep in touch with everybody. It's BTC every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day is a new day.
Me, she was going to Super Value and Quality Supermarkets for a little bit of this and a lot of that. Normally I'd be nervous, but not the great weekly specials like Rainbow Corned Beef, 12-ounce can, $1.89. Danish Spare Ribs, $2.49 per pound. Par Excellence Parboiled Rice, 5-pound bag, $2.99. Libby's Whole Kernel Corn or Sliced Beets, 15-ounce can, 99 cents. Whole watermelons, $3.99 each. Tofian Bagels, 20-ounce pack, $1.89. Guilt-free shopping at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
The concierge service is the best thing ever. Like, it is so fabulous, especially for someone like me where I cannot leave my office, my job to go do anything in the middle of the day because I'm on the radio. The service was so fabulous. The ladies gave me a call, they set up an appointment, they come with their professional looking attire, they're just so cute, and they come here and it was a great experience. It took 20 minutes to switch over to the Aliv service. It was simple, it was easy, and they just made me feel so welcomed. They explained everything. They hooked me up with my new phone, they gave me my data package, as you can see, hey. And it was fabulous. It was a wonderful service, but what I really liked best about it was not only did they come here and make it easy for me, but they continued to check up on me. The next day, they made sure that everything was working properly with the phone. I didn't have any issues. The following week, they contacted me again, and I've built a relationship with them. They've continued to check up on me. I feel like I'm part of the Aliv family. It's amazing.
Coca-Cola Bahamas has always been a strong community partner for us. They've supported and helped us to
reach hundreds of young men through Sprite basketball,
create a fun and interactive United FC,
go a little bit further for our animal friends,
feed thousands of Bahamians every year,
preserve our natural habitat,
and celebrate Bahamian culture and Junkanoo on Bay Street.
The Caribbean bottling team is committed to the communities that we serve around the entire Bahamas.
Free, reliable, anytime, anywhere, and instant. That's the benefits of using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Pay bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more. Enjoy the freedom of banking on your own terms. Why wait in line? Save time. Do your banking using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean to find out more.
Adrian Gibson. Now the Bahamas residents can fly or cruise free to the family islands. What are your summer vacation plans?
I'm gonna go to Long Island, and you should come too.
And there's no better time than now with the 2 Fly or Cruise Free promotion, where all residents of the Bahamas can fly or cruise free to the family islands from Nassau.
Let's go.
Refresh, reconnect, and unwind in the family islands. For details, go to bahamasresidents.com and fly or cruise free to the family islands today.
40 Bahamians from across the country getting some much-needed information on ways to effectively improve their authentically Bahamian businesses. They're attending a workshop at the Marriott Courtyard led by the president of the American Handicraft Association, Bruce Baker. Local coordinator Rowena Roll talked about the topics.
Wholesaling, customer relations, business concepts for small business persons, how to lower your labor costs. You're going to see how to improve on your business skills, how to improve your logo, and also booth design. Because we do a lot of craft shows here in the Bahamas, and he's going to tell you how to professionally set up your booth, and also he's also talking about production.
Now, Roll says visitors are always looking for a gift or a piece of the Bahamas to take back to their country.
New things are happening, so we want to try to keep up with the new trends worldwide. So that's why we decided to get back into the classroom, because we sometimes we don't like what we see when we go to Festival Place and some other places. We want to try to get back to the indigenous products and make them what it is to be, that what the tourists would like to take back to them, to say this is a part of the Bahamas.
Well, stay tuned. There's more news to come. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
If you own a portfolio of securities within a brokerage account, like stocks, bonds, or mutual funds, you can access a hassle-free loan, known as a margin loan, based on the value of that portfolio. Your investment portfolio is essentially used as collateral for a cash loan. And the benefits are numerous. Simple and straightforward application, quick turnaround, a more competitive interest rate, no requirement for monthly payments. Contact us for more information on margin loans.
At Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center, we provide imaging services to meet all your family's needs. Same goes for imaging at Grosvenor. We're the imaging experts. We never schedule multiple appointments, so you'll be in and out in no time. And if your initial screening reveals a concern, our radiology specialist can consult your doctor and conduct an alternative screening right then and there. Results are ready within 24 hours. Call 328-8157 to schedule an appointment at Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor today.
Move forward, Bahamas, and build high into the sky. Move upward and colorize those new walls. Move onward and build a garden to last a lifetime. Move together and settle into that new home. There's a lot of places you can do it for yourself, but there's one place to do it right. Builders Mall. We know exactly what model you live by, and even the pros know building is just a part of what we do. So move forward, Bahamas. And remember, you can find it all at Builders Mall.
Free, reliable, anytime, anywhere, and instant. That's the benefits of using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Pay bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more. Enjoy the freedom of banking on your own terms. Why wait in line? Save time. Do your banking using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean to find out more.
I worked hard to do well in high school.
Now that I am graduating,
What am I going to do next?
what am I going to do this summer?
I'm going to the University of the Bahamas Summer Bridging Program.
You don't need BGCSE results to sit the entrance exam.
Available for 16 to 24-year-olds residing in New Providence, Grand Bahama, and throughout the Family Islands.
Are you motivated to attend university?
The best part for me though, on successful completion of the Summer Bridging Program, you can be guaranteed direct entry into the University of the Bahamas.
Luther Business Outlook 2018, April 26 at Valentine's Residences Resort and Marina, Harbor Island. The Honorable T. Desmond Bannister, Howard Ricky Mackey, Thomas A. Sands Jr., Irma Carey, Dean Spicella, Ryan Pinder, Carrie Fountain, Chuck Pinder, Clay Sweeting, Andre Knowles, and Michelle Natasha Evans. Register today. Contact Margaret Albury at the counselors.
Rugs, carpet tiles, ceramic tiles, floor mats, even vinyl flooring. Find them all at Wright's Carpet Masters located on Bernard Road. Let them cater to your home or your office needs, and you can choose from a variety of carpets, floor mats, cashmere, oriental rugs, and area rugs. And if you can't come to us, we will bring the business to you, offering free estimates and deliveries to the Family Islands. Wright's Carpet Masters will get it right for you. Located on Bernard Road, telephone number 364-1260.
Meet the Smith family. They're on vacation in the Caribbean. Since they aren't familiar with the islands and they want no hassle of renting a car, they downloaded Get Me Ride from their App Store, a transport service in the Caribbean to provide safe and reliable transportation. All they need to do is open the app, input their location, and set their destination. Next time you need a ride, let Get Me Ride be there for you.
Life is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
Well, it's time for your first check of weather. We check in with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. And Basil, it's almost the weekend.
Absolutely, and it seems as though we're going to have a mix of cloud and sunshine and even some showers in the mix over the next couple of days, taking us into the weekend. The details coming up later in the newscast. But right now, we're going to take a look at temperatures around the Family Islands, and they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 77 degrees in Freeport, also Green Tulkey and Abaco. Marsh Harbor, Abaco at 76 degrees. In the Berry Islands, 78. Allenstown, Bimini, 77 degrees. Here in the capital, 78. 78 also in Harbor Island, Eleuthera, Rock Sound, Eleuthera, Rock Sound, Eleuthera, Stanley Key in the Exuma Chain, Camp Space Andrews, Fresh Creek, Central Andrews, all reported 80 degrees. In San Salvador, Rum Key, Otterstown, Cat Island, 79, 80 degrees in Georgetown, Exuma. Clownstown, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, Maguana, Acklands, and Ragged Island at 80, 82 degrees in Matthewtown, Nagua, Turks and Caicos Island at 80 degrees. Your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter. In the Northwestern Islands, light and variable winds with flat seas 1 to 3 feet over the ocean. High tide will not take place later on tonight at 10:32. For the Central and Southeastern Islands, east to southeast flow 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. Tomorrow, for the Northwest and Central Islands, the light and variable winds will continue with flat seas once again. High tide 10:55 in the morning, low tide 5:03 in the afternoon. And as we go into the southeast Bahamas tomorrow, the winds will be east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And on Saturday, for the Northwestern Islands, winds backing, becoming northeast to east. Speeds are picking up 15 to 20 knots, so we put a caution flags up for your boaters. Wave heights going to be building 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. High tide that will take place at 11:54 in the morning, with the low tide at 6:02 in the afternoon. And for the Central and Southeastern Islands on Saturday, winds easterly at 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet with a moderate chop. And that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It is time now for your travel forecast, and your travel forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. That's going to do it for your travel forecast, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is coming up in about 15 minutes.
Welcome to Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Cholesterol is a waxy substance your body uses to protect nerves, make cell tissues, and produce certain hormones. Your liver makes all the cholesterol your body needs. Your body also gets cholesterol directly from the food you eat, such as eggs, meats, and dairy products. Too much cholesterol can have negative impacts on your health. Low-density lipoprotein, or LDL, is often called bad cholesterol. It delivers cholesterol to the body. High-density lipoprotein, or HDL, is often called good cholesterol. It removes cholesterol from the bloodstream. If your total cholesterol level is high because of a high LDL, you may be at a higher risk of heart disease or stroke. But if your total cholesterol is high only because of a high HDL level, you're probably not at a higher risk. Triglycerides are another type of fat in your blood. When you eat more calories than your body can use, it turns the extra calories into triglycerides. Your cholesterol level should be as follows. Total cholesterol level less than 200 is best. 200 to 239 is borderline high. 240 or more means you are at a high risk of heart disease. LDL cholesterol levels below 100 is ideal for people who are at higher risk of heart disease. 100 to 129 is near optimal. 130 to 159 is borderline high, and 160 or more means you're at a higher risk of heart disease. HDL cholesterol levels less than 40 means you're at a higher risk of heart disease. 60 or higher greatly reduces your risk of heart disease. Triglycerides less than 150 is best. If you suspect or have been diagnosed with high cholesterol levels, talk to your doctor right away about how to lower your levels and stay healthy. This has been Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Live your best life by living well.
No time for lunch? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
Introducing the Subway Simple 6 menu. 6 of our best 6-inch subs, now and made just for you meals for just $7.50 every day. Take your pick from our best subs, like the Italian PMT, tender turkey breast, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, and more. Pile them high with all of your favorite veggies, made just the way you say, with a 21-ounce drink and a bag of chips. The new Simple 6 menu is value made simple every day. Yeah, you so got it made. Subway, eat fresh.
Life happens, and when it does, FG Insurance Agents and Brokers is here. We help you protect the assets you've worked hard to attain. We offer home, auto, marine, commercial, and liability insurance. Don't hesitate to protect what matters with FG Insurance Agents and Brokers. Visit us and speak to your agent today, or call us at 396-1490 in Nassau or 688-1500 in Freeport.
To the greatest mother in the world, thank you. Happy Mother's Day from the both of us.
This is for me.
Oh my gosh!
So this is what we doing now? Okay, bro, watch this. For me, I have a surprise for you. Come with me.
You got to be kidding me.
Don't let your sibling one-up you this Mother's Day. Come on down to Connaught Bahamas and catch their Mother's Day sale today.
Today is a day for fun. Today is a day for family. So why should yesterday's worries affect my today? That's why I insure my family with J.S. Johnson, because their mission is to provide us with the best insurance coverage possible. With J.S. Johnson, I know my family comes first, so I take comfort in knowing that they always have us covered, providing us with a great today and an even better tomorrow.
J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
Looking to upgrade your refrigerator stove or purchase an affordable home generator? We've got the perfect solution for you. Bahamas Welding and Fire is the best choice for the lowest prices in town. We carry top-of-the-line outdoor barbecue grills, air conditioners, refrigerators, stoves, generators, industrial hardware, and garden supplies with a wide assortment of tools and accessories. Open Monday through Saturday. Telephone 394-0004. BWF, we're more than just our name.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The Bahamas Cup takes place next weekend at the Beach Soccer Stadium. The USA, Mexico, and Spain will all be in town to compete.
The USA, even though they didn't qualify for the last World Cup, they are consistent World Cup participant. Mexico was a World Cup participant in the last qualifiers, and Spain as well. Europe is a very tough division to qualify out of from the World Cup, so the fact that they barely missed out, but they're still a top 10 ranked team in the world at beach soccer definitely means that the quality is there. They've been competing against other European World Cup participants and having great results, so this will be a very good test for the Bahamas.
Assistant Secretary for the Bahamas Football Association, Adam Miller, went on to speak about why the Bahamas Cup is such a big attraction for visiting teams.
It is the only, to my knowledge, is the only beach soccer specific stadium that is permanent in the region, if not in this part of the world. So it's a very unique facility to have. So we've been pushed by the organizers, by FIFA, to try to create more opportunities to host events there, because every country that has been in the World Cup, has been to CONCACAF Championships, that has seen the facility, they want to come and play. And for teams that are coming from Europe in particular, they always look for an opportunity to travel to the Bahamas, not just to get, a break away from Europe and the whatever troubles they have there, but also to enjoy playing and seeing passionate fans.
The government secondary schools opening up their baseball and softball season yesterday at the Blue Hills Fields. The boys, of course, playing baseball while the girls on the diamond for softball. In senior boys action, it was the Doris Johnson Mystic Marlins shutting out the CV Bethel Stingrays 3-0.
We really good. We had simple errors, but you know what? We got the job done. We got the win.
We start off slow, but my guys helped me out, and we get the job done.
We feel as though that if we keep on going at the same pace, we can win championship.
On to the senior girls now, and CV Bethel flipped the script. They beat Doris Johnson 10-8.
The game was good, stressful the most, but you know, I think we worked our best. We did our best.
It's still early in the season. Season just starting for you guys. What are your expectations for the season?
Just to win all our games, you know, and have good teamwork.
Also on the senior girls diamond yesterday, the R.M. Bailey Pacers held off the C.I. Gibson Rattlers 12-11. As for the junior boys, the H.O. Nash Lions roared past the L.W. Young Golden Eagles 8-2. The Junior Baseball League of Nassau also on the diamond yesterday with midweek action. In the minor league division, the John Bull Astros remain perfect on the season, improving their win-loss record to 9-0 with a 15-1 win over the Bluebird Royals.
You know, we're happy with the victory. We're ahead this year, and we have a good team, and the kids are playing excellent baseball, and so I think tonight we came in here expecting to win, and we did what we needed to do. So we're very pleased with the way they performed tonight. I think it's dominant all around. I think the pitcher, Arthur Roll, did a very good job, as you can see. We had some big hits. We had a home run hit from one of our athletes, Raheem Fox. And we had just great hitting, great fielding. You know, the kids are really coming into their own. And we're looking forward to the championship.
The Province Softball Association expected to open its 2018 season next weekend. The Platinum Pool Sharks will be back in the ladies division.
I understand that tonight was supposed to be roster night. Well, I haven't got my rosters yet. Still working out some kinks, but before the week is out, they'll have it.
How's the team looking?
The pitching is clear. The pitching is there. The rest of the girls have been a little sluggish because now I find myself in a dilemma with quite a bit of girls who ain't off to school in COB. And right now in this particular week and last week, COB has been doing their finals, so a lot of girls are missing because of that. But we're going to be there. We're going to be ready.
The 122nd Boston Marathon took place on Monday. Susie Enyas was one of the Bahamians on the starting line.
There was actually 3 of us from the Bahamas who went to Boston to compete, which was myself and Ryan Bethel and Antoine Bosfield. And obviously, I don't know if you might have seen, the conditions were less than favorable. It was very, very cold, which obviously for us, training in the warmer climate was very difficult. And very rainy, driving winds as well. So it was a very tough experience, but we all finished, which was remarkable considering a lot of people weren't able to finish.
The DTSB Wolfpack is one of the newer track clubs here in the capital. Established 5 years ago, the club is all about developing technique, speed, and power, as their initials imply. Led by coaches Larry Clark and Derek Brown, the club is about to step up their game.
We'll be hosting our first track meet, the Walter Callender Track Classic, and will be held on the 28th of this month.
We're really hoping to get a good turnout and for the kids to, you know, have an additional meet, because we always need meets for the kids. We have clubs, a lot of clubs that do it traditionally, and so we felt we needed to step in there and also, you know, also make a contribution.
The calendar was booked out, and it's actually the last available date on the calendar that was kind of meaningful for us. And usually after Carifta, there's a lull in between, so it actually kind of fit in perfect. Kids are eager to get back at it.
They've had a little layoff, and so naturally we expect that the kids would have a build-up, because once you do a peak for Carifta, then you're gonna have to build another peak for other competitions later down the season. So this meet would have to be a stepping stone in that direction for them.
We've gotten commitments from all of the track clubs. We know that we're competing a little bit with the pen relays, but the ones who are here would have committed to attending.
As you would have heard, the pen relays will also take place next week. The University of the Bahamas will be represented.
Record. He's going to be competing in
in the decathlon. So he's competing in the decathlon. We have a hurdler that is doing the 100-meter hurdles. I think that would be all the individual races beside the relays. But our main focus would be the relays. As you know, you can have the Division I schools vying for NA and NCAA positions. So, you know, parent relays is real competitive, as well as the U.S. versus the world. I know we'll have a Bahamas team. We'll have probably their 4x4 and 4x1 team. So it's a good competitive meet, and it's one of the ones that we're looking forward to be in those championship teams to really show that the university will be a force to reckon with.
And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Meet the Smith family. They're on vacation in the Caribbean. Since they aren't familiar with the islands and they want no hassle of renting a car, they downloaded Get Me Ride from their App Store, a transport service in the Caribbean to provide safe and reliable transportation. All they need to do is open the app, input their location, and set their destination. Next time you need a ride, let Get Me Ride be there for you.
In today's world, things are constantly changing. So the one thing you can depend on to stay the same is quality, savings, and value. At Solomon's, you'll get real savings with unbeatable prices on everything your family needs. Solomon's, real quality, real savings, real value.
No time for lunch? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
No matter what your goals are in life, you have to start somewhere. It all begins with Leno. Leno, bridging possibilities. Call us at 396-3225 or email info@lenobahamas.com.
The month of May Mother's Day Prize Palooza. Just buy these products and enter to win great gift cards or cash for your mom. There'll be 2 winners every week in the month of May Mother's Day Prize Palooza.
No time for lunch? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
Imagine you have Hollywood at your command. Introducing Flow Evil.
Red jeans, gold rings, all black, everything creeping through the night.
Anywhere you are.
Big girls don't scream hard like Halloween, make me feel alive.
There's a world of entertainment here, and you run the show. Flow.
Time now for weather.
In our first look at weather, we have this mid-level trough over the northwest Bahamas. Undercutting that is a weak pressure pattern, and that setup will trigger some pop-up showers heading into the weekend over parts of the northwest Bahamas. The forecast for tonight calls for partly cloudy conditions with a couple pop-up showers, and your low temperature getting down to about 71 degrees. Tomorrow, we're looking at partly sunny and warm with a stray shower or 2, high temperature of 86 degrees. Extended weather forecast over the next 7 days. We're going to keep you in the mid-80s right through the weekend. Things start to warm up a bit as we get into the early part of next week. Well, we'll see the mercury get up to 88 degrees. And as we said, you can look for 1 or 2 spotty showers during the daytime, particularly in the northwest parts of the country. And that's the way weather's going to shape up, taking you into the weekend.
Not too bad. Thanks, Baz. Well, that does it for us in the Bahamas tonight. On behalf of the entire news team, thanks so much for looking in. Have a great night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
This show is brought to you by Aliv.
Here we are at Fort Charlotte. Actually, there are 3 forts here: Fort Charlotte, Fort Stanley, and Fort Darcy. Today we're going to see the historical military reenactment that was launched in 2000.